Hi everybody, welcome to Random Fix. Did you know that your information is on sale on many websites and basically is being provided to these websites by certain companies, and you have the option and the right to go ahead and opt out of this and completely delete your information if you live in certain states? That's what I'm going to go ahead and cover in this video today. So if you happen to be a California resident, I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and use the CCPA to delete your information and limit future use. Or if you happen to live in another state, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to opt out of this. And the reason I'm actually making this video is if you try to go and do this on your own, the credit bureaus will go ahead and scare the heck out of you, letting you know that it's going to go and potentially damage your credit and your chances of getting credit in the future. I'm going to show you guys that's not really true, because I have deleted my information several times over the last couple of years with no real adverse effects. And unless you're going to buy a house in the next 6 months, I think you're going to be okay to do this. So I'm going to be jumping behind my computer, showing you guys this whole process, giving you guys some tips, because what I'm going to show you guys in the video for California is not going to apply everywhere, but I'm going to go and talk about your options if you happen to live in some of these other states. And I'm going to give you guys some pointers at the end of the video on how you can prevent this from happening. And if you thought about opting and deleting your information from the credit bureaus is going to be enough, well, I got some bad news for you guys. That's not going to go ahead and solve your problems. I'm going to give you guys a workaround at the end of this video on how you can go ahead and do this. I'm going to show you guys my initial scores and my credit scores now, about 4 months later, so you guys can make a decision for yourself. Stay tuned. So welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be all about deleting your information or opting out completely so your information is not sold to other parties. So you might be asking yourself, what information do they have about you on these websites that get their information from these big credit bureaus? Well, they have your names, any aliases, all your addresses, all your phone numbers, all your email addresses. They'll have your mother's information, your dad's information, sister's information, brother's information, roommates, anybody you possibly know. And with this information, they can go on Wiki and look up what county you live in, so they can pass any of those security questions that the credit bureaus give them, because it's very, very easy to figure this out. And with this information, they can go ahead and get into your email address, they can spoof your phone number, and you guys get the idea. They can go ahead and create that missing 10% of the information that they're missing very, very easily. So you can find links to those videos down below if you guys want to go and check out what I'm talking about exactly, because it's pretty scary. I think if you knew, you'd be pretty outraged and you would do something about it. And that's why I'm making this video. And I'm going to give you guys a workaround so you don't go ahead and do all this work only to find out that the 3 credit bureaus are basically reselling information through one of their other companies. And we're going to go and cover this a little bit later on. And I'm going to include links in the video description box down below that will further help you if you decide to go and deep dive into this, and also at the end of this video. So you want to begin with Transunion. So you can go into Google and just type in Transunion space CCPA, or if it's Experian, you would just do the same exact thing, Experian space CCPA. And we want to go and browse the website now. You're going to choose the top link, and each website is going to make this a little bit different. So there's not a single formula that you can follow, and that's why it can be kind of frustrating. So there's going to be a couple options when you go and visit these websites. So there's going to be opting out. And if you happen to live in a state that's not California or Virginia, that's what you want to do. You want to go ahead and opt out. If you happen to live in California, you want to ask for your data to be deleted. So if you're having a hard time finding this information, use your keyboard and type in Control F and type in delete. You're going to see the options available. And you can do this with a free account, which you have to create. Some of them, the credit bureaus allow you to go and do this without creating an account. When you do create an account, they're going to send you an authentication code. You're going to go and type that in. Now it's going to allow you to go and process this request. And this request normally does not take much verification, other than maybe answering some security questions to verify that it's you. You don't have to upload any IDs or utility statements. So it is simple once you go ahead and do it, and you just get a little bit of a layout of the website. So you're going to come down here, choose your state, and once you hit continue, you're going to go and select your option. So for California and residents from Virginia, you want to choose the option all the way on the right. And if you happen to live in one of the other 48 states, you want to choose the middle option, which is opting or limiting the use of your data. So I'm going to choose to delete my data here. And it's going to give you a little disclosure here that not everything is going to be deleted. And I'm going to show you guys my credit score so you guys don't have to worry about this. Again, you're going to be okay doing this as long as you're not going to get a house loan in the next 6 months. And you want to just go and submit all your information here. This process does take 45 days, so it is not an overnight request, but most of the times I see this getting done in less than 30 days. So once you've gone ahead and done this, you're going to go and be able to check the status of your claim. You can see that I submitted this back on January 9th, 2023. And for California, the CCPA was updated on January 1st, 2023. So there's some additional rights after January 1st. So you want to go ahead and maybe do this every year just so your request is current. And you're going to have to do this with every single credit bureau. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about how there's really more than 3 credit bureaus. So we're going to jump into Experian next. Again, you're going to go into Google, type in CCPA and space Experian, and you're going to use this online portal. Once you use the online portal here, you can come in here and you can choose what you want to do. We want to delete our information. Again, if you're in a state that allows you to do this, this is what I recommend. And you're going to go and type in your information. Once you do, you hit save and continue. And it's going to ask you some security questions, which you have to go and answer in a timely manner. And then you're going to hit continue. And this is where you're going to choose your option again. So we want to delete. See this right here? It says it caused negative consequences. This is not really true, and I don't know why they did this, but I'm going to talk more about this towards the end of the video, as you're going to realize this is all about money, and your data is worth so much money to them that they're willing to go ahead and pull the bag over your head just to trick you to think that this is going to be the only place that they're going to pull your information from. Again, it lets you know this is going to take 45 days. And now I'm going to go ahead and try out Equifax. I do have to give you guys a little disclosure about this. Equifax is really difficult sometimes. So I don't know what happened when I did this, but I tried this 3-4 times and I was not able to go and make my request that particular day. However, it did work a little bit later, so I was able to get my request in. Again, it's going to make sure you're not a robot, and you can go on to the next step. And here's the warning that I got. So basically it was asking me to give them a call. I had an account set up and I tried multiple times, and I made sure I chose the right option to delete my information, and did it again. Even entered my account. You can see that my credit bureau is actually frozen here, and we could talk a little bit more about freezing your account later on in the video and why this is something you may want to do with all the credit bureaus, not just the 3. Because if you don't do this, you're really going to be out of luck and unhappy with the results. So let's head on over to Credit Karma. We're just going to go and use this just for reference. So I'm going to log into my account. You guys know Credit Karma is free. Their credit scores are not real credit scores. They make you feel good, so you could go ahead and apply for credit. And here we are. We're on my Transunion and Equifax scores. I'm going to pay special attention to the Transunion score because this is what I actually showed you guys in the video, as I was not able to access the Equifax on the video. So we're going to go into here, and you can see that my current score is going to be 759. I have one credit card that I utilized because it had a 0%, and I'm currently getting 4.4% on my savings account through Robinhood and Betterment and SoFi. I'll have links to those if you guys want to check those out. So I have $10,000 on this Capital One card, and I'm not going to go ahead and pay this off. So as we check the score later on down the line, I may go and use my credit in other ways. Just know when I did check my credit 2 months later, it had not changed. And I'm going to show you guys the 4 month span so you guys can go ahead and make that decision for yourself. I'm going to go and do that now. Today is April 22nd, 2023. 4 months later, you can see that my Transunion score is here. It's 751. My Equifax is the same. And the reason my score is 8 points lower is because of my credit utilization. You can see that I'm carrying a $1,196 balance on my SoFi card, which I pay off every month. However, this does impact my credit score. So those 8 points are really not lost because of my CCPA delete. This is because of me using the credit card. So the reason I made this video is so you can go ahead and get some fuel and energy to take back your personal information and avoid being a victim of identity theft and having your 40 years or 30 years of work history wiped out and your savings gone because somebody that was sitting in another country in their underwear was able to go ahead and access your information and basically swept all your accounts. I want you guys to really get empowered by these videos, and I would love to go and work with like-minded people because I'm finding that most of these companies that go and sell our information are becoming really erratic in their behavior of denying requests to go ahead and delete our information. And so if you're a lawyer and you want to go ahead and reach out to me on how you could potentially benefit from this, because I think some of these companies really need to get sued for what they're doing. They're putting up email addresses for requests that basically are not working, and they don't reply. They keep selling your information, and they're doing illegal activities such as offering a background check for rentals, work history that are illegal. You can't really use these services for that. And before you think that I have lost my marbles by making the statement that people are using these reports in illegal ways, please understand this, that the credit bureaus, whether it's the major three or the little other companies that they run, they go ahead and follow the law. However, the other companies that they resell your information to do not follow the law. So what happens is your information is secure with them, but since they're selling it to other people, that's where that little vulnerability turns into a big threat towards your financial and personal safety. But these companies will not stop sharing information unless you give them specific directions to go ahead and do this. And I wish I did not have to make this video, as it's really time consuming to go and record something 4 months ago and then follow it up with the video now, just to prove my case that, hey, by deleting your information, you're not really compromising much, and do not be scared about doing this. This is your right. And I think every state should have similar laws in place. As much as I hate some of the laws in California, this is one of the laws that actually benefits consumers. And so California gets a thumbs up for me on this one. So every state needs these laws. If you guys are in government, please put these laws on your books. Get them passed. Make this stop, as really this is a waste of time. I'd rather be hanging out with my kids than having to do this and having to make this video. But I love bringing you guys content that actually makes a difference in your life and brings change to the future. So for that, it's worth it. And if you guys want to learn more about this, I'm going to have a bunch of links down below. And I want you guys to start on your very first journey of deleting yourself from the internet. So I'll have a video on how you can do this for free. I want you guys to do it yourself the very first time. Because once you realize how much of your information is really out there and how easy it is to find, I think you guys are going to go and get empowered and get some energy on doing this in the future, because you're going to go and have to do this every year, even if you get a service to go ahead and do this for you, because not all these websites will go ahead and comply with your requests. So I really appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to leave you guys a bunch of links at the end of the video. And besides deleting your information from these 3 credit bureaus, you want to go ahead and freeze your information, and you're going to need to go and visit their sister companies. That's how these credit bureaus work. When your credit file is actually frozen on one, what they'll do is they'll resell another one. And I know that probably sounds really weird to you, but what they're doing is they're buying other companies. So when you freeze your credit on one, they'll go ahead and just supply another one. So you need to delete yourself and freeze your file on all the credit bureaus. So you need to visit LexisNexis, you need to visit ARS, SageStream, which is a part of LexisNexis now, so you might just have to do one form. There's CoreLogic, and there's probably one that I'm forgetting, so I'm going to leave that in the video link down below with direct website addresses that you can go ahead and visit and take care of this with one sweep. Most of the time you can go ahead and just do this online. And again, if you guys want to go ahead and email me, it's randomfixworld@gmail.com. Reach out to me if you are a lawyer or you work in this field. I would love to work with you on getting people empowered on getting their financial information and their private information back, because I really think this is one of the worst threats to the U.S. economy and financial system, is the fact that our information is basically being pimped out to everybody for a cost, and the only one that's going to pay the price is going to be us. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Give the video a thumbs up if it was helpful. If it wasn't, that's okay. You can give the video a thumbs down as well. Just let me know why in the comment box down below. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys like these kind of videos, consider hitting that subscribe button, as it really helps the channel grow, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.